ShaktipatSeer 2.
Well, I never really make a video of me and just my normal life walking around, so thought I'd make a video with me smoking a joint and walking the dog. This is my puppy Precious. I've raised her since the day she was born. She's part Labrador and part Australian Border Collie. This is my neighborhood out here in the country. It's my neighbor's house and I live up there. This is Ukiah, California. It's about... Stay back, Precious. It's about 100 miles north of San Francisco. It's a really nice area. A lot of liberal, kind of hippie people live up here. And cool people. Not the most classy or intelligent type of people, but at least they're not judgmental. They're really like kind of open and don't have the kind of snotty attitude as people do out in the city. Come on, Precious. Come on. Where I'm from, actually. From about 100 miles that way. From San Francisco. Come on, Precious. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Near San Francisco, anyway. Closer to San Jose. Stay on this side, sweetie. Good girl. Stay there. Coming up on a vineyard on the right side of the street here. There's a lot of vineyards in the area. Really beautiful area, as you can see. The valleys and hills of California. Right over that ridge over there is Lake Mendocino. It's really beautiful. I'll take some more videos over there sometime. Let's see if I can't spark this joint up, huh? Okay, Precious. Oh, sorry, sweetie. I've always been a fan of ganja since I tried it when I was 15. When I was a little kid, I was really anti-weed. Wah, wah, wah. I used to yell at my mom for smoking. But then, 15 years old, I moved back from being up here for a couple years for the first time when I was in middle school. Being from the Bay Area, I moved back to the Bay Area around high school and saw what everybody else is doing, you know. I figured I wanted to reconnect to reconnect to the way that teenagers were, I don't know, in that area. So I took up smoking herb, not for that reason, I was just curious, and the people I was hanging out with seemed to be into it. So I mean, it was responsible for introducing me to most of the friends that I made. Without weed, I can say I probably would not have had as good a time as I did in high school. Probably would have been angsty, lonely, bitchy. What are you doing, Precious? And boy, I'll tell you, the area that I live in up here is the fucking weed growingest area in the universe as far as I can tell. Emerald Triangle. One of the biggest weed growing areas on the planet, let alone the country. The biggest one in the country, that's for sure. Weed up here is bomb. I grow myself, actually. I'm smoking some herb that I grew homegrown. Come on, Precious. Precious, come on. I named her Precious because she was just so precious. Isn't she precious? You're precious. Oh, you're precious. I noticed that a lot of the kids that get like a lot of subscribers and shit on YouTube make videos like this. I guess they're more relaxing, like, you know, just like kind of kicking it, walking around. The beautiful scenery and stuff. Less intense than my other videos, which are, you know, kind of deep philosophy and shit. It's not like you always want to be watching a video like that. Sometimes you just want to relax or watch something not as you know, attention demanding. Come on, doggy. But yeah, come on, doggies. Lately I've been thinking a lot how to get more subscribers and how to appeal to a more general group of people on YouTube. It seems that people who are more basic and more simple seem to get a lot of views. I know my stuff is really complex and esoteric a lot of the times. Come on, doggy. So I kind of want to, and have been thinking about recently, reformatting my whole kind of deal, gearing it towards, you know, people who may not be that advanced, or people who are, come on, let go. It's okay, doggies. People who are just, you know, coming into spirituality, or people that just might not be ready for all that, you know. I've been wondering a lot recently about how to redesign how that I present all my stuff, the kind of words that I use. A lot of people tell me they don't understand the words that I say, and I don't blame them. I mean, I read a lot and study a lot and tend to retain words like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of an egghead in that regard. And it's not really necessary to retain these words. I mean, it helps to understand their meaning. Precious, come on. But it's not necessary that you all understand exactly all these words. It's not necessary that the teachings have to take on any particular sectarian feel. It helps to talk in sectarian terms so you can relate ideas, you know, ideas which are abstract and have to be, you know, iterated in that way just for the sake of conversation, and which have been preserved in a kind of shell-like rigid dogma for the sake of preserving it. But it's not necessary to keep all those terminologies and only think about that as the truth. The truth is the realization which arises, the consciousness which comes out of these terminologies. Come on, precious. Let's get some view of the surrounder. Come on, babies. I have to admit I was kind of inspired to make this video after I saw the video of Reese Jones where he's just kind of walking around. I gotta be careful with all these cars around. Unfortunately, our car is busted right now, so I can't run over to the lake in the car, otherwise I would have. And walked around there. See if we can get some videos of me doing that soon. Come on, doggy. I'm just gonna walk around the neighborhood here, around this little block area. Come on, doggies. Shouldn't burn my mustache. Luckily I rolled another joint just in case. Okay, fine ass. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at right now. Just trying to think of a way to put everything in a more simple and approachable way for everybody, so that people can actually understand the shit. Because it's really hard to see everybody caught in such ignorance and know it's just such simple truth that they need in order to fix every little problem in their lives. And even the New Agers, you know what I mean, caught in so much ignorance. It's epidemic, and it's been epidemic. It's okay, come on, doggies. Come on. Hey, 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 hey! Shush. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, 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 it's okay. It's okay. Hey, 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 it's okay. Come on, baby. Come on, Nooks. Come on, it's alright. Hella dogs in this alley. It's okay, sweetie. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Get that one. Twisting me around, doggy. Yep, this is Northern California. Come on, dog. Twist and twist and a twist. Oh, I should walk up there. Oh, private road. Come on. Come on, doggies. Where are you going? Come on. This way. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's the draw with people. I don't know what people want to hear. And they want to hear about some kind of like new golden age. They want to hear about making money, law of attraction, that kind of shit. Do they want to hear about superpowers? Come on, doggies. Chakras. Do they want the rank and the status which comes with all that? Is it just an egoic thing? Is it such that some people want that kind of shit in just a kind of way to springboard themselves into the real? Or is it just that everybody is going to do that? Or some people will and some people won't? Come on, doggy. Come on. Or, I mean, and if that's the case, how many people are actually capable of rising out of the mucky muck of the assumptions and of the kind of societal subculture of it all? I'm wondering this. I mean, I know why I was attracted. Come on. Stay. Come on. Come on, sweetie. Come on, sweeties. See, maybe that's the problem. Just that people are too distracted with their family and their work and their school and their this and that. I was stuck on all that shit too until I was like 17, 18 years old. And I just started to see through it. And I was barely coming to school and then some stupid shit happened and got caught like with a knife at school. I was using it to break open blunts is all. I never used it. I was not violent at all. Never got in any fights. My record was clear, but got caught with that, and it was really serendipity led me to being suspended just at a time when I was going to visit my mom up here. I ended up just staying here and leaving my dad because he was just a complete authoritarian douchebag. Didn't want anything to do with him or his lifestyle. So I was like, fuck that. And I was like thinking, even intuitively back then, before I was even aware of any of this stuff, I was just thinking that there's got to be some other way to live, make money, and support myself, and exist. There's got to be more to life. I mean, I figured there's just at least some path I could make to support myself, at least in a basic way, without turning into what my dad turned into, which was just, oh, sorry, doggy. It's a robotic, corporate scumbag. Don't care about anything. Come on, doggies. Come on. Come on, let's walk a little bit further, shall we? Yeah, where was I? So, I didn't want to turn into what I saw my dad turn into. And I knew that that's exactly what would happen if I submitted myself to the system. Even intuitively, like before I had anything to do with the spirituality or anything, I just had the sense that this shit was wrong. And this isn't what people are meant to be. And that there had to be something more. Come on. I don't really know what I sense. I have no idea. I really can't tell you because I can't put myself back in that state. It's been such a long time ago. But I knew that something, I don't know. I just didn't buy it. Come on. I didn't want it. What they were packaging as the 9-to-5 like lifestyle. I did not want it. I did not want that 9-to-5 lifestyle. I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew that it wasn't that. And so, after the whole incident with the knife thing, and I came up here and stayed, it was interesting. I went from this like period of strict like law, obey, really restricted, to completely wide open when I came up here. Like, I was free finally for the first time in my life to actually make my own decisions. Come on, precious. Come on, precious. Come on. Come on. Precious, come on. Come on. Come on, dog. Come on, let's go to the other side. Other side of the street, puppies. Other side of the street. Some of the scenery around here is beautiful. Come on, precious. So, yeah. The first time I was kind of free to do whatever the shit I feel like. And that entailed me kind of exhausting all of the sort of vices that most teens are into nowadays. I took E for a while. Smoked a lot of weed and still do, but don't do drugs like that anymore. Took some E for a while and I was just partying like crazy. I was like, you know, the cool kid around here because I was from, you know, the Bay Area. I had my own car and, you know, hottest girl at our little reform high school was my girlfriend, and kind of got that like side of pop culture out of my system, you know, from the age of like 19 or so, 17, 18, 19, played it up, the stupid game, kind of in a way like exhausted my ego. I like exhausted the limits of my ego is really what was happening. And it all came to a crash when I had like this terrible like OD on E one time. Like all my friends had deserted me. Ended up and previous to that I like lost my driver's license, and everything kind of crashed on me. Come on, doggy. And girlfriend dumped me and all that stuff. I was completely like alone. I had detached from all of the vices and all the people that were connected with the vices. So me being a guy that was raised in Silicon Valley, come on, a guy that's raised in Silicon Valley, what did I do? I went to the internet, I went on the computer all the time. That's what you do down there. We were raised with it, practically plugged into the damn things from birth, and I found a lot of solace on the computer and playing games, making music and beats and stuff. So had some friends here and there, but they're bad kids. We would make raps or get drunk or do stupid things for a while, you know, while I was still in between. I was around when I was like 20 or so, 19. Come on. I didn't mean to start talking about my freaking whole life story here, but I figured since I started talking about it, might as well give you guys an idea for how I got to where I am now. Which isn't much, but something. Yeah, so there was kind of a period there where, come on Precious, get over here, you're not going over there. There's kind of a period where I went kind of introverted and on the computer also a lot. And something, little puppies, something with the something that I saw on the History Channel that had to do with UFOs really sparked my interest and made me start searching online. Come on, get out of the street. Get out of the street, come on. Precious, get out of the street. Come on. I saw some History Channel thing about like secret UFO like projects by the Nazis and by the American government, Project Paperclip, that kind of thing, and I was like, no way. Like my mind was blown. Like I was so excited this kind of thing like existed. Get off the street. And so, you know, I researched a lot of it online and found out that there was some truth to the stuff that they were saying, and that there was way much more than that. And so that's what started me to the point where I am right now, along with seeing a couple other videos and stuff like that. Like there's one thing, What the Bleep Do We Know? I saw that around that time, which was really, really which had a huge impact on me. When I saw What the Bleep Do We Know, had a huge impact on me. Set me out in this direction. Of thinking anyway. It kind of set the intention in my mind that I wanted to go for that kind of understanding. And that's what's most important, is just to have the intention from the point where people are completely asleep. Just make the intention to yourself that you're gonna wake up. That first kind of realization is the all crucial turning point. Come on, get off the street. So after I saw those couple videos and started looking online, one thing led to another, and soon I was deep embroiled in the whole like Illuminati conspiracy stuff. Deep in it, you guys. I was so deep. I was obsessed with that shit. But there's a reason for all that energy that had to be built up, so I could release it and switch to this. But that, oh man, did it build up. I was really gung-ho on all the Illuminati stuff. Actually, the very first video that I ever produced was a cheap ass flash video that I uploaded to God Save the Prez about some Illuminati shit, some like article or something. The very first video that I made. And around that time, like, I came into seeing one of Rise of Five's videos. He was talking about chakras and kundalini and kind of lacing it all together in the first way coherently that made me see. And then I joined his like gold ring thing, and I saw the Hindu stuff everywhere, and it just like clicked in my head. I saw it. I was like, yes, this is what it is. This is what all this shit means. And that set me out onto where I am now. Just having the serendipitous good karma to lead one thing to the next in terms of just pure inquiring about the nature of existence. And so hence still I'm in that mode of inquiring, in that mode of Gyan Yoga. And still I teach in that mode of Gyan Yoga mostly, but with Bhakti a lot now. Might as well light up this other joint. Watch out, Precious. Precious is gonna get hit by the cactus. What are you doing, doggies? You know what they say, smoke 2 joints in the AM. Smoke 2 joints at night. Come on. Might as well start walking back. Come on, babies. Let's go back. Come on, babies. Let's go back. So, I mean, I started researching, looking in different sacred texts, meditating. I mean, a lot of you guys have heard about my first meditation experience that I had, whether in my videos or me talking to you personally, where I came upon, in meditation, this tremendous thunderbolt came down over my head. This is just the first week or two after I started meditating. And man, since then my faith has been 100% solid. And I've just wanted to know more and more and more, understand more and more and more. And since then, the tummo fire, the kundalini, has spread throughout my whole body from that point in between the eyes. And my whole body is engulfed in that same flame, just like it was when my first little thunderbolt. It's so amazing. I feel, sorry for the people who can't have this experience, this kind of tantric life, tantric body, tantric union. And I want to give it to them. I didn't even know that I could do all this stuff. I didn't set out thinking I'm going to start doing Shaktipat and pineal gland activation, all this stuff. I started meditating with people and they told me, bro, this is happening. They told me I'm feeling this tingliness in my third eye and what is all this? What is this feelings that I'm feeling? And I just ascertained that this was going on. I had no idea. And then I guess someone told me the word Shaktipat at one point, and I looked it up. I was humble about it. I'm like, oh, I don't know, how could I be doing this? I'm only 20 something, barely started practicing, there's no way. But since then I become confident. I know, yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing. And I couldn't do this unless I'd done it before in past lives. So it's real. And I feel like I want to give it to people so much. There's a lot of people who would probably disagree with the way that I put my pineal gland and third eye stuff on the internet like I do. They say you're not ready for the Kundalini. Kundalini can hurt you and shit. I say poppycock. I don't think these people... Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Come on. What are you doing? I don't think these people are able to hurt themselves. I don't think they're strong enough spiritually, energetically, meditationally to even be able to do that. I say whatever little boost that they can get is fine. Whatever I can give them is fine. I'm not doing anything unnaturally. It's just a projection of my energy. Projection of how I feel constantly. And there's nothing dangerous about that. You might not be able to accept it. It might stay for a little while and then go. Nothing dangerous though. So, they're nonsense. But anyway, I'm putting it out there for anybody, and hundreds of thousands of people have watched my videos. Thanks be to God who is doing all this. I mean, seriously, I'm just a little 24-year-old kid. I'm not doing shit. This is all the divine. But still, I don't think that I'm doing enough. I get the feeling like I'm not, like I could be doing so much more. But I am struggling to put it, well, I haven't really sat down and tried too hard to put it in simplistic terms. So I guess that's what I gotta try to do. I guess it's just been too long that I've been around, you know, normal, everyday people. Not that I'm not one, but come on, Precious. Come. She's like gawking at the friggin' field for some reason. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna make a new website, new YouTube channel, try to write some ebooks. And aim everything at the most simple person. Aim everything so that, you know, everyone can understand it. And not just the people who are deeply versed in esoteric things and immersed into it already, like I've been focusing on. I mean, the whole movement itself, and this is why I started talking about all this shit. The whole movement itself is, it's on the rocks, you know. That kid Reese Jones, he nailed it. It's all a joke, man. It's a dream. Not that that's a bad thing to have a dream, but when you start acting like the dream is the real thing already, don't do any work, that becomes a nightmare, not a dream. And that's what I see in the New Age in a lot of ways. It's a dream slash nightmare, depending on how you look at it. He hit it right on the head when he talked about people with mental disease and illnesses also. That's a serious thing. I know two kids from Team Light who are now in the friggin' mental ward. 2 kids in the mental ward right now. I mean, I hate to say I told you so, but this is what happens when you follow kids like Darrow 7 who can't tell it real and illusion and live in a schizophrenic netherworld. See, this is the problem. It's a big problem. I don't know what it is. People just become more and more full of fear. Full of fear, full of bullshit. Full of ignorance. Hey! Come on! To say that people behave like animals is an insult to animals. Come on, Precious. Like, I just walked by somebody a minute ago. Just look at me, look down to the floor, and keep walking. So people are nowadays. Come. What can you do? It's a fucking problem. It's the whole divide and conquer. I've said it several times in my life. I would have rather lived in some kind of village with just a handful of people than some kind of estranged prison of die-hard individualists who don't care about anything except themselves. Precious. Or if they care about you, it's so that they can exploit you in some way. even if it's some insignificant way that doesn't even fucking matter. Like that dumb bitch in the car laughing at me with my camera. It's just like, I don't know, people become demons. That's the only thing I can say. People have gradually been corrupted into becoming demons since like the 50s after World War II. Everything just went to fucking hell. Come, dog. And now we're in some kind of techno demon dystopia. Techno Demonville 9000. It's nuts. It's really nuts. Seeing it from that outside in, it's just nuts. And I can't believe how people see themselves and their lives. And you know, part of me thinks, is it just the disease of materialism in general? Are all minutiae, is all human beings born to be like that? Or is it just the age we live in? Kali Yuga? Or is it something more sinister? Come, doggy. I do not know. But fuck this shit. I think people are tired of this nonsense. Living like this. Under the thumb of sadistic highway bandits who sit on our technological capacity, like our power companies and the cell phone companies and the internet companies, milking us in our nice little milking pens. See these milking pens? All of these are nothing but milking pens for cows who are milked and milked and milked and eventually slaughtered in the name of nothing. Nothing at all. In fact, it's even worse than nothing. It's actually in the name of attaching them to something very negative, which they'll have to endure karmic repercussions for many, many lifetimes. So it's worse than nothing. It's incredibly, incredibly destructive to every single thing involved in it. This beast system. And it needs to be changed. You know, I think it's time that I started to return to talking like this and thinking like this and not let this shit placate me, because I was born to fucking think like this. I've always been going against the grain. Remember in 7th grade once I wrote this long ass 2-page letter to the editor at my newspaper where I basically was like calling out all the bullshit in my student peers and a bunch of other stuff. I was just like a letter of protest, you know what I mean? And it got published in the school's newspaper at the end of the year. Got less attention for it and shit. People were looking at me like, oh, good job, good job. I was like, fuck you. But yeah. I need to go back to thinking and talking and writing books and stuff like this, in this language, this kind of tone. Seeing straight through fucking everything. Straight through it all. Not even being placated one bit by it. Fuck that. That's what people want. That's what people need right now. And we're coming up on my house. Come on. In case any of you come over to my house sometime, like some of you like to do occasionally, here's what the front of my house looks like. It has that 25-mile-an-hour sign and trash cans that need to be taken up usually. Come on. Good babies. finishing. Props to Reese Jones 87 for inspiring the idea of this video. Although I have to say that you shouldn't care so much about people hearing you when you make your videos. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about some person hears me as I'm passing by. It's gonna forget about it in 10 seconds. I understand why that makes you nervous. But at least you're honest about it. Come on. Roses bloom up the side of these during the summer. They're gorgeous. Grass needs to be mowed. Hello, popos. Hello, popos. Hello, popos. Hello, popos. My room over here.
ShaktipatSeer 2.
Well, I never really make a video of me and just my normal life walking around, so thought I'd make a video with me smoking a joint and walking the dog. This is my puppy Precious. I've raised her since the day she was born. She's part Labrador and part Australian Border Collie. This is my neighborhood out here in the country. It's my neighbor's house and I live up there. This is Ukiah, California. It's about... Stay back, Precious. It's about 100 miles north of San Francisco. It's a really nice area. A lot of liberal, kind of hippie people live up here. And cool people. Not the most classy or intelligent type of people, but at least they're not judgmental. They're really like kind of open and don't have the kind of snotty attitude as people do out in the city. Come on, Precious. Come on. Where I'm from, actually, from about 100 miles that way. From San Francisco. Come on, Precious. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Near San Francisco, anyway. Closer to San Jose. Stay on the side, sweetie. Good girl. Stay there. Coming up on a vineyard on the right side of the street here. There's a lot of vineyards in the area. beautiful area, as you can see. The valleys and hills of California. Right over that ridge over there is Lake Mendocino. It's really beautiful. I'll take some more videos over there sometime. Let's see if I can't spark this joint up, huh? Or watch something not as you know, attention demanding. Come on, doggy. But yeah, come on, doggies. Lately I've been thinking a lot how to get more subscribers and how to appeal to a more general group of people on YouTube. It seems that people who are more basic and more simple seem to get a lot of views. I know my stuff is really complex and esoteric a lot of the times. Come on, doggy. So I kind of want to, and have been thinking about recently, reformatting my whole kind of deal, gearing it towards, you know, people who may not be that advanced, or people who are, come on, let go. It's okay, doggies. People who are just, you know, coming into spirituality, or people that just might not be ready for all that, you know. I've been wondering a lot recently about how to re okay, precious. Oh, sorry, sweetie. I've always been a fan of ganja since I tried it when I was 15. When I was a little kid, I was really anti-weed. Wah, wah, wah. I used to yell at my mom for smoking. But then, 15 years old, I moved back from being up here for a couple years for the first time when I was in middle school. Being from the Bay Area, I moved back to the Bay Area around high school and saw what everybody else is doing, you know. I figured I wanted to reconnect to the way that teenagers were, I don't know, in that area. So I took up smoking herb, not for that reason, I was just curious, and the people I was hanging out with seemed to be into it. So I mean, it was responsible for introducing me to most of the friends that I made. Without weed, I can say I probably would not have had as good a time as I did in high school. Probably would have been angsty, lonely, bitchy. What are you doing, precious? And boy, I'll tell you, the area that I live in up here is the fucking weed growingest area in the universe as far as I can tell. Emerald Triangle. One of the biggest weed growing areas on the planet, let alone the country. The biggest one in the country, that's for sure. Weed up here is bomb. I grow myself, actually. I'm smoking some herb that I grew homegrown. Come on, Precious. Precious, come on. I named her Precious because she was just so precious. Isn't she precious? You're precious. Oh, you're precious. I noticed that a lot of the kids that get like a lot of subscribers and shit on YouTube make videos like this. I guess they're more relaxing, like, you know, just like kind of kicking it, walking around. The beautiful scenery and stuff. Less intense than my other videos, which are, you know, kind of deep philosophy and shit. It's not like you always want to be watching a video like that. Sometimes you just want to